Lori here with Hardworking Mom. Today's business tip is going to be on Instagram. So how many of you are using Instagram and how many are using it for your business? So Instagram is another great social media that you want to work on building. There's some important things to know about what you need to do to build your Instagram, and there are 5 really basic things that you need to stick to in order to grow your following on Instagram. So first, let's talk about why you want to grow a following on Instagram. So Instagram is another social media platform that you can get your brand message across. You can get followers. You can get people to your website. You can get people to your shop. And those are important things when you're trying to build a business. You're trying to drive people into your business, whether that is an e-commerce business or whether it is a actual brick and mortar store. Or it could be that you do coaching and you want to let people know about the kind of coaching that you do and why they should be doing their coaching with you. So let's talk a little bit about what you need to do on Instagram. So Instagram, people who follow Instagram are on there 1 to 3 times a day. So it's very different than people who are on Facebook. People are on Facebook an average of 8 times a day. So you don't have to put quite as much effort into posting on Instagram as you do on Facebook. So you want to post a minimum of 1 time per day, and you want to make sure that your pictures look fantastic and they're consistent. Okay, because people are looking at photos on Instagram. It is mostly photo driven, and it is a mobile only application. So that means that you've got to take pictures, make them look good, and use them from your phone. You can't add pictures from your computer. You can look at Instagram, but you can't do anything from your computer. So it's really good to have a couple of apps on your phone in order to use to make those pictures look fantastic. And there's some really great ones out there. One of the ones that I really like to use is called InLight. So you can find it in your app store, and it's a really great one. So you can crop pictures in there, you can change out the colors, and then you can post right from your phone onto Instagram. It will save the pictures in your camera roll, and it's a really great free app. So check that one out. It is called, again, InLight, E-N-L-I-G-H-T. It's a really great one. Another really great application to use is Layout. So with Layout, you can make collage pictures. So those are really popular on Instagram. You can also use Boomerang. I'm sure you've seen some people doing boomerangs. It's where if you do something repetitive and then you put it in Boomerang, it shakes it back and forth like this. And it's just really cute. It's a really cute little thing to add to your Instagram. So the other thing you can post besides posting pictures, so you can post pictures of your products. You can post pictures of, behind the scenes at your job. You can do your family. You can do people using your products. That is very good to do. Okay, so you can also do inspirational quotes. So there's several places that you can get inspirational quotes, but there are some apps for the phone that you can get. Just look up inspirational quotes in either the App Store or the Play Store, and you can download an app that you can get inspirational quotes from. So it's a really great little thing to use. There are a few places out there that allow you to do scheduling on Instagram. So if you don't want to have to worry about doing that post daily, you can use those. Tailwind is a good one. And then you need to make sure that with every picture and every post that you make on Instagram that you are using hashtags. So hashtags are super popular on Instagram, but you want to be careful not to use the same hashtags every single time you post, because Instagram is going to see that and they're not going to be happy and they're going to decrease your reach. So don't do that. Make sure you change it up. You also want to use stories and lives to attract new followers. So stories are really powerful, and if you really want to grow your Instagram and you want to grow it a little bit quicker, use stories. So stories are like little 30-second snippets of videos. Now you can make them longer, but you really can do something great in 30 seconds. You can talk about your business. Talk about what's going on. Talk about how people can use your products. Talk about what you do in your business. Talk about things that you're starting for coaching groups that you have, new products that you're coming out with, different suggestions on what you can do with your products. So let's take, for example, bows. So it is a really great thing to make bows in addition to wreaths as a wreath maker. And I get this question a lot. So what do you do with the bows? Well, you could take your bow and go out to your mailbox and put the bow on there with the matching wreath on your door, and then talk about how awesome it is to have your mailbox matching the wreath on your door. So those are the kinds of things that are really going to be powerful in stories. So you can use stories to help people to get to know you, to help establish your brand. It's very important on Instagram that you work on establishing your brand. So to establish a brand, you have to be consistent. So you want to figure out what your message is going to be, and you need to keep putting out the exact same message over and over and over. So that consistency helps people to identify with you and helps you to build your brand. It's not that difficult. You just want to make sure that you're checking your Instagram occasionally and making sure that what you're doing and what you're saying is consistent. And that's all you need to do. You have to work at it. So the biggest thing in business is that it does take work. You're not going to get to 7 figures in a couple of months just by doing a few little things. It does take a while to build a business, and you really just have to be more determined than your obstacles. So keep that in mind when you're working on your business, okay? And remember that social media is a huge thing these days in building any business. You really do need to make sure you have a presence on social media. So we actually have been working on learning about Instagram in my group this month, and they get a lot more detailed instructions on what to do, how to find hashtags, how to do stories, how to do lives, how to post, when to post, and things like that. So if you are looking for guidance, if you are looking for a group to join so that you can find out what you really need to do and stop being confused about what you should do, make sure you check out my Success Path. It is very detail oriented, and I want to make sure that my members know exactly what they need to do and how they need to do it, because someone can tell you what you need to do, but you have to know how to implement it. If you don't know how to implement it, you're not going to get very far. Okay, so make sure you check out my business group. It's in the links below. And have a wonderful day, and I will see you again next week for another tip. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.